All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Cincinnati Bengals rookie offensive lineman Amarius Mims. Mims has quietly grown into a really nice player for the Bengals. Heck of a find through the draft. We'll break down everything Mims is doing so well in the Cincinnati offense. As always, if you appreciate this content, give us a like. Give us any comments with any feedback you might have. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, we're going to open up with a pass pro, and there's Mims, number 71, of course, right there on the right side of the Bengals offensive line, left side of your screen. So here the Bengals are going to slide the protection to the left. So what they're going to do is they're going to take the center to take this gap right here, the left guard to take this gap, left tackle to take this gap. Basically to have these three offensive linemen, center, left guard, left tackle, to handle 98 and the edge rush over here on the right side of your screen. What does that mean? It means on the back side of the protection, the right guard 65, one-on-one against 93, and Mims one-on-one right here against 58. This edge rusher on an island, it's a play you have to win if you're going to be a quality offensive lineman. Mims does a nice job. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. We can see the center, left guard, and left tackle slide the gap to their left. So these three guys, left tackle, left guard, center, have 98 and 49. On the backside, right guard, one-on-one against 93. Right tackle, Amarius Mims, one-on-one against 58. Let's see how he does here. Good kick slide, good athlete, covers a lot of ground, gets a lot of depth, gets a little too much. See how he oversets him a little bit. See how he's past 58. You want to kind of be even or a little bit ahead of the edge rusher. Gives an opportunity for an inside lane there, but he does a good job reacting to it. 58 tries to do a speed to power. Mims shuts him down, gets a good help there from the running back. Good base, good extension right there. Here's one thing I want you guys to notice. Look at the pocket collapsing around Joe Burrow. Three Tennessee Titans, basically the entire Bengals offensive line all around Joe Burrow, except for Mims and the edge rusher Mims is blocking. This is what Amarius Mims is providing to this Bengals offense. He is the best pass protector of the group on the field right now. And I know they're dealing with some injuries. Of course, Orlando Brown Jr. has been fighting through a lot of stuff. But the reality is Mims has quietly become one of the better pass protectors probably in the AFC right now. Look, he's got a long way to go in terms of being more consistent, certainly in the running game. But we're seeing a lot of good stuff from Amarius Mims so far. All right, from the wide copy, watch Mims. See how he oversets there a little bit. See how he's past the edge rusher. He kind of wants to stay even with them. See how he's almost at the 42 while the edge rusher is still at the 41. You want to stay even, maybe a little bit ahead of him so that way you can run him upfield, but he's a good job countering the speed to power, shuts him down, negates him. Again, he's the only guy blocking anyone with any sort of success. The rest of the guys are around Burrow. Nice play from Mims. All right, going with the running game now. It's a third and short situation. The Bengals need to get to the Titans' 10-yard line about right there for a first down, and they're going to run just an inside concept right here, just like this. So what the Bengals are going to do, just standard basic stuff. Left tackle working out. We're going to get zone double team right here, left guard and center, working up to the linebacker. We're going to get the right guard right here, working up to the linebacker just like this. We're going to get the tight end working out to the edge rusher. Safety filling in the box. He's unblocked. That's the running back's responsibility to make a miss if he flies down inside. Amarius Mims in this situation, he's got to do a good job making sure he washes this defensive tackle inside, right? Two things can't happen. First and foremost, you cannot give up any penetration and blow up the play. And number two, you can't create just a mass of humanity either. You have to wash him down inside so that way the running back can cut behind your block. Mims does a great job. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap right there. We can see the double team. We can see the guard coming up to linebacker, Mims washing inside. There's that huge hole. First down, Cincinnati. It can be this simple for the Bengals running game. Because of how good Burrow and Jamar Chase in this passing game is, teams are scared to death to load the box. Teams are going to basically say, hey, our defensive linemen and linebackers are going to have to win. And Amarius Mims, he doesn't have to dominate in the running game. He just has to do his job. And this is a good example of this, right? Doesn't give up any penetration, washes him down inside, huge hole for the running back. Great conversion there. Again, look where this defensive lineman starts. Contact is made about 2 yards to the right of the hash. Mims washes him about a yard to the left of it. There's the hole. First down, Cincinnati.
All right, Nick, here we see a great run blocking effort by Amarius Mims. He's had some really highlights this year, been up and down. I think the key for him, there's one thing, I'm going to start out with a negative, then there's a couple of positives I want to get to a little bit later in this film review. But here, the run blocking game, I think this is a highlight for Mims. But with his size, that 6'7", 350 pounds, he's such a big guy. He should be dominant in the run blocking game. He's been kind of inconsistent, wavering in between the mid-50s and the high 60s in his run blocking grades. I'd like to see him get those things up there because he's done some good stuff in the pass blocking game thus far. But in the run blocking game, he's been relatively inconsistent.
All right, going back to some pass protection, there is Mims, of course, at right tackle. So the Tennessee Titans here, they're going to run a stunt. They're going to have this defensive end, this edge rusher, all the way on the right edge of your screen right there. He's going to work upfield to try and get Mims to really commit. Then he's going to loop around. They're going to take this defensive tackle right here, lined up in what we'll call a 2-eye technique on the inside shoulder of the guard. If he was on the outside shoulder, we'd call him a 3 technique. But this defensive tackle is going to then loop through Amarius Mims just like this. Again, the whole point of this is to get this rookie, this young guy right here thinking, oh my gosh, I got to get depth because the speed rusher is coming, and then sneak this defensive tackle behind him. The Mims does a great job picking it up. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see a Mims get into his kick step. You can see the stunts coming right there. 58 loops around, but he immediately turns his head and picks up the defensive tackle, throws it down, does a great job picking it up. Bengals do a really good job in pass protection here. Joe Burrow does Joe Burrow things. Big play. You give Burrow protection, big things will happen, guys. It's that simple sometimes. Good job between the center, right guard, and right tackle handling this. Really good teamwork. Again, it's not perfect. Obviously, there's some technique stuff there. His shoulders turn completely. That's not great. You like to be a little bit more square to line of scrimmage, but he feels the stunt, picks it up, reads, recognizes, reacts, stays with his man, allows Joe Burrow to make the throw. Nice job. All right, from the wide copy right here, you can see him at the bottom of your screen. He gets into his kick step. Again, gets oversensed just a little bit. You see the heels click. That's not great, but he reacts in time just to pick up 98. Kind of gets thrown around a little bit. Again, he can't lose his base. See right here? See how his heels click and he loses his base? That's why he loses some ground there, but he recognizes and reacts and stays with it. Again, you like a little bit more impact there on pass protection, but certainly good enough for a big play down the field. All right, going back to the running game, this time the Bengals are going to run kind of a zone run scheme concept to the offensive left, the right side of your screen. Common kind of stuff. Everyone runs it. Everyone's going to take the gap to their left and just get a hat on a hat there, reach block there, work up to the next level, reach there. Mims on the backside trying to cut off 52. Now, based on the structure for the Tennessee Titans defense, it makes sense because it's designed to go this way that it's going to cut back, right? You have this 3 technique here. He is probably going to stretch this out this way. This left tackle is trying to work up to the next level here. Whether this linebacker fills or the safety fills, it's going to create a natural edge to the defense. So the running back is going to go this way and then cut back just like this. It means the 2 key blocks are going to be right here on the backside, the right guard and the right tackle. Mims is in a tough situation. He's going to get on his horse to cut off 52. 52 starts head up, and he's going to be flowing that way. And the guard's going to do a great job on this defensive tackle. Mims does well. The guard doesn't. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see everyone taking their zone tracks. You can see naturally how it's going to be a cutback, right? 93 and 56 flow. Right here, the running back would have liked to have cut back behind, but you can see what happens with this guard. He gets blown up right there, gives up penetration, fights through it, makes a play, short gain. If this guard does a better job, and almost right here, what you'd love to do, let me go back to the very beginning, is almost take your right arm if you're this guard and kind of slingshot 98 down the line of scrimmage to give the running back a clear cutback lane, because Mims does a great job. Gets on his horse, great athletic play, gets on 52, cuts him off, and actually gets his shoulders turned. And you can see at the next level, this is the cutback lane. This is when zone run schemes cut back for huge chunks of yards. It was right there. They got hats on hats to cut back this way. They just do a poor job on number 98. But right here, Mims, right tackle, backside. This is perfect stuff from the rookie.
All right, Nick, and one more thing to highlight about Amarius Mims. I think the beginning of the season, he was very, very strong, especially weeks 3 through 9, no penalties for Mims. But the last 3 games, weeks 13 through 15, had 1 penalty in each of those games. One of them was declined, so really just 2 penalties overall. I think that's another thing. He needs to get back to form, being that player, playing clean football. Obviously, they get the win over Tennessee, but these penalties could start to be a problem if there's something that's happening week in and week out, as we've seen the last 3 weeks for Mims.
All right, going with another pass pro, there is Mims right there on the right side of your screen. Of course, what the Bengals are going to do is they're going to take the running back in motion pre-snap, and it's just going to be a quick slant behind it, right? You bring the running back in motion to read the defense and then try and get some movement this way, and then just throw a slant right here to one of your great playmakers on the outside. This right here is going to be Mims one-on-one on an edge rusher. This is a really quick play, quick game. It's not a huge block in terms of the success of the play, but it's a really well done in terms of his technique. This is what I love to see. Let's check it out. All right, there's the motion. There's a snap. Bro takes it, fires, quick slant. Jamar Chase does Jamar Chase things, big play. Let's go back to Amarius Mims. Again, the technique here is a lot better. Right there, good patience, good patience, good patience. Hands, knocks away the hands. Good position overall, doesn't lean. This is really good because he's so big and strong. The big temptation for him is to lean and throw his chest into it, but he stays back. And when this defensive line grabs his hands, you see how Mims maintains his base? That's critical. A guy this long, this big, sometimes defenders get their hands on the offensive tackle's hands and they start flailing around. Mims has good balance. Again, solid job in the pass protection game. Wasn't really necessary for the success of the play, but good technique overall from Mims. Still stuff to clean up, but overall, nice rep.
All right, Nick, here again, we see what Mims has done really well this season. He's been very good in the pass blocking game. I think that's the best thing he's done all year here. And again, this game versus the Tennessee Titans, again, a really big bright spot for Mims in that regard. 74.4 pass blocking grade for Mims in this game. Really bright spot for him. I'd like to see more and more of him getting better in the run game, but in this pass blocking game we saw from Mims, a very, very strong game for him versus the Titans.
All right, the Bengals decided to run power football in this situation. We're going to get a double team with Mims on the right guard, working up to 56. Double team between the left guard and center, working up to the backside linebacker. Left tackle working out. Tight end inserting. Receivers inserting, just like this. Downhill running play right here. Now you can see basically how the alignment is with this double team working here. You're going to get kind of a natural edge to the defense here, and they're going to have to get a double team here. But because of how far 56 is, you can see if he was over here, it'd be a better opportunity for a good double team. But because he's lined up right there, this guard's not going to give much help. He's got to get up on him right here, because if he turns too much in this trash, 56 will fire and blow up the entire play. So that means Mims is pretty much going to be one-on-one right here on number 98. He struggled most of the game with this kind of block, but he does a really good job here. I think it's a great sign for the future. Let's check it out. All right, there's the snap. You can see the double team action right there. You can see how the right guard has to get up to the next level, gets on 56. You can see the double team between the center and the left guard, get on 93, come off on 52. Again, creates that natural edge to the defense. You can see everyone inserting there on the backside. Again, a lot of people over here. You're going to have to run it right inside. Let's check out how Amarius Mims does. Squares up 98, puts his head on the correct side of him. See how Amarius Mims has his head on the left side of this defender, the right side of your screen right there. Good position, keeps working his feet, squares him up, stays on him, bodies and seals him off. Nice run for 5 yards, power football stuff. Again, Amarius Mims kind of struggled against this block and has really not done great in the run game with plays like this, but this will win for Amarius Mims going forward. Again, he's a great pass protector. He's coming a long way in that part of his game. His running game needs to improve, but this right here is something to build on against a good defender. All right, sticking with the running game, you can see right there the Tennessee Titans really light box. They don't have a lot of people. Of course, they only have, two defensive linemen basically in the B gaps right there, B gap right there. So a lot of opportunity there to run the ball up the middle, and that's exactly what the Bengals try to do here. Right here, they have the guard and the center work up to the next level, and they have the left guard and left tackle right here work out just like this. You can see it's an easy opportunity for a big crease, but a big part of this is Amarius Mims right here. He has to do a really good job getting inside this, what I'm going to call a wide 3 technique. Normally by a lineman, we'd call this a 4-eye, maybe even a 5, but by the fact that there's another edge rusher really wide out here, I think this is just a pass rushing alignment. They have this guy would normally supposed to be right here. He's lined up wide because he's trying to get in a pass rush stance. Means Amarius Mims has to get on his horse to seal him off. Rookie does a nice job. Let's check it out. All right, there's the snap. You can see right there, there's a big opportunity to run inside the guard and center, work up to the next level. Left tackle, left guard, work out. Amarius Mims does a great job sealing him off. Running back gets north and south. Really nice run for the Cincinnati Bengals. This is a really hard block. This is underrated how hard this is, because this defensive lineman, this edge rusher, he's going to be working upfield into this B gap as fast as he can. So Mims has to cut him off immediately and seal him right there, and then has to stay with him, run him upfield, and then don't hold him, shove him up for good measure. Look at this movement, right? Talk about movement in terms of penetrating the defense, getting a dent in the defense. Right here, we start at that 5-yard denominator. Look where Mims ends up throwing him up the field. All the way, 8-9 yards back. They start at the 20, ends up all the way around the 11. This is really nice from Amarius Mims. Again, it doesn't look incredibly powerful, but it's a big-time block in a tough situation. All right, from the wide copy, you can see Mims right there, cut him off and do a great job, run him upfield, basically opens up the hole right there. Again, the Tennessee Titans are begging for a run. You can see the depth of the linebackers, no one in the A gaps right there. But this is a play right here where the Titans think that some of these B gap defenders, either these two defensive tackles, will blow it up. Mims does a great job making sure that doesn't happen, open up a nice running lane for the Bengals. All right, let's end on one of my favorite pass protections from Amarius Mims all game long right there. He's going to be one-on-one on the edge rusher right here. You can see the Titans have 1, 2, 3 guys up here. Now, normally when teams do this, they're just trying to get one-on-one matchups, right? They're trying to get 98, it worked this way to get a one-on-one matchup on the center, which means this guard right here will have a one-on-one matchup. I'm sorry, this defensive tackle lined up so wide, one-on-one matchup on the guard, which also means you have a one-on-one matchup, this edge rusher on this tackle. So teams run this because they think this guy, 98's good. We love him against the center, but they also love their edge rusher right here against the tackle. Amarius Mims says they were wrong to think that was a good opportunity. Ends on a high note. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap right there. You can see they actually run a stunt inside. They have 98 work up the field. That's a little unusual. Usually like to have this guy work wide. They loop 49 around. The Bengals do a good job picking it up. You see how it doesn't work too well. That's why normally teams pull 98 all the way across and then 49 one-on-one against the guard. The Titans do a stunt, ends up in a disaster. But look at Amarius Mims right here. Great technique. I've said before he's oversetted. Here he does a great job. Good relationship. Runs 58 open upfield. Look at that passing lane. Again, quick slant, positive play for the Bengals offense. This is what the Bengals have been looking for at tackle for a long time, right? They've been really looking for this kind of player in Amarius Mims. And look, Orlando Brown Jr. certainly can be that when he's healthy. But for the future of this Bengals offense, obviously the health of Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase doing amazing things, it's going to need a tackle like Amarius Mims stepping up, and I think he's the guy to do it.